Good evening, viewers, not only from Warilla Bowling Club, from all around the world. And what a spectacular game we have here for you on YouTube Live Sports. We are lucky enough to be able to broadcast the major singles final between Australian superstar Aaron Teys and Irish superstar, who's now an Australian citizen, I believe, Gary Kelly. Now, I'm joined in the commentary box by another Australian superstar, the one and only Corey Redlock. Corey, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good, man. Thanks for having me.
My absolute pleasure. It's an honour to have you sitting here next to us, mate, and commentating the game. Now, what Corey's going to do, viewers, is he's going to give us a bit of a spiel about these two gentlemen. They need no introduction to all our bowls viewers around the world, but we'll let Corey let you know how they got to the final, how come he's not in the final, and what he expects and maybe his tip. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah, obviously we got two world-class bowlers here. To make a final in the club singles at Warilla is very tough. And unfortunately Gary Kelly got me in the semi. But yeah, obviously both current world champions. There isn't much they haven't won in the game, so yeah, they've won everything. Obviously Teys won a few Aussie titles, Aussie Open singles, Aussie indoor singles. Gary's won a World Cup on this exact carpet. So yeah, we're in for an absolute cracker. We
certainly are, and as Corey said, these two guys need no introduction, both superstars of the sport. And as another thing Corey said, it's pretty hard to make a final in the major singles in Warilla. And look at the players that have graced these greens over the years, and for these two guys to be battling out, I reckon we're in for one hell of a ride tonight. Now, apart from having Corey here tonight in this magnificent facility, the Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, it is first class, magnificent. Let me say the hospitality that they've shown myself and the wife and the grandkids has been phenomenal. So, Corey, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome, mate. Thanks for doing this with it.
No, I was, you know what? I got the phone call when I was to come and do this when I was on my way home from Brunei.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go and commentate the final of the major singles at Karua. Yeah. And I got the phone call to say, would you like to go to Warilla? I said to Boydie, sign me up. So, like, very, very appreciative to bring this game to our viewers. So, mate, who did Gary beat in the semi-final? He beat yourself, you said. Who did Aaron beat?
I think he beat Wayne Crouch, potentially. Yeah, he plays lead in our top grade, so a very, very good draw player.
And if you look at some of the bowlers that you got in this club, no mean feat to even win one round, let alone get to the final.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they go all right. And have you ever won the major singles here, Corey?
I was lucky enough my first year to win it, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think who won it last year.
Jazza before he left?
Yeah, I think Jazz did win it, actually. He beat Teysy. And then Gary won it the 2 years before that.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Viewers, I've actually known these two guys for a little while. Like, probably had spent more time with Aaron than I did with Corey. But back in the day when they were pups, juniors up in Zone 1, and coming to North Coast Academy bowls events up at Cherry Street Sports, myself and Sam Curtis. And I was actually saying to Corey before, I dragged up a couple of old photos there when they're about 12 and 13 years old the other day, and I'll send them through to you, mate. So you don't look much different.
Maybe second.
I think Craig was actually on stage doing an Elvis impersonation that night, actually. So, but once again, viewers, the facilities here are first class, and it stands to reason why this club is a powerhouse in the sport with sensational facilities. Even when they had their gala this afternoon, I was blown away about just the interaction between the bowlers. I went up and stood and watched what was going on, and they're so positive and they're so confident and they're so, like proud to play for this club, and I can understand why just by looking around, mate. It's just sensational. Yeah,
100%. Obviously, unfortunately, Jeremy's left and gone up to Kwana, but Gary's obviously taken over that role, and he's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, a lot of new members coming in, and yeah, it's obviously one of the best clubs in the world, and yeah, I'm lucky to be here working and obviously representing Warilla.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, mate. You go all right just quietly, don't you worry about that. Represent Warilla or whoever you're representing. Now, just quickly, it's 25 up, viewers. If you're watching from anywhere from Boat Harbour to Botswana, 25 up, first to 25. No ends don't count. We don't worry about that in games of singles. And I dare say these guys have every shot in the book. So I'm pretty confident you will be enthralled and entertained. Now, they've just finished their roll-up, so we'll get both gentlemen. They will start the game. I don't know who won the toss. Corey, do you know?
No, I'm not sure, man.
Not sure.
You'll see that Teys is obviously using the orange bowls. They're aero evolved, so a little bit tighter than your Optima, and you'll see Gary using the blue ones, the aero quantum, which is a bit wider of a bias. So two bowlers using slightly different bowls.
So, yeah, isn't it funny? Now, would you think that would have anything to do with Gary using the wider bowl coming from the Northern Hemisphere, is it?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Obviously, a lot of the UK players over there use the wider bias bowl, especially indoor.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously Teys grown up on this carpet for I don't know how many years now, but he's always seemed to use the tighter bowl.
He's been here a while now, hasn't he? So we'll just get these cameras up to date for you viewers, so you can have a bit of a better gander. And so Aaron Teys gets us underway for the 2025-26 Major Singles Final. Here at the fantastic Warilla Bowls Club. Not a bad reply from Gary. Aaron's on the mat now, staying on the forehand. I think both players have started the game on the forehand.
Yeah, you'll find both players will probably favour that side of the rink. It's normally a fraction kinder, so...
Just going to crash into Gary's. It's up and down for shot at the moment. Contrasting styles, different deliveries. Gary Kelly has a very northern hemisphere, like Great Britain, or UK, whatever we call it, delivery. No offence, he is from Ireland. Good shot here. Played this well.
Cracker.
Well done.
Teys will be looking to give this one a little chance. Just sit the last or turn the jack.
On his forehand, stays on his forehand. As you can see, he's probably just the one down.
Still come up a fraction short.
He did. Early days. Only the first two rocks of the match. Well, three for Aaron. Third one for Gary. Holding one, I think, Corey.
Yeah.
Not a bad line again. Look at this. Boom shakalaka. Turn it into two. Great shot, Gary Kelly.
Good shot. Easy winding up here on the back end early.
Down he comes, viewers. Very close. That's a great shot. That's a very, very good shot. Now, we just might not be able to see. We don't have that much room behind the rink here, and we're not going to get them to build a new dome overnight, but we'll click on there and see if we can get a better view of it.
Definitely one, maybe two to Gaz.
Yep. Looks like he is two.
Definitely back him in there to count.
I think you're right. Down he comes on his backhand. Gets past the pack, he's going to count.
Yeah, he's done enough.
He certainly has. And Jack's in the ditch, and we just can't get down low enough, viewers, because there's not that much space behind. And our marker will give us an indication. What's the name of the marker, Corey?
Peter Reid.
Peter Reid is our marker here for the final of the Major Singles Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. We're having a bit of a sticky beak at it. Got these new fandangled cameras too, they tell me. They're AI cameras. Boydie keeps raving about. So I know they're very clear. I like it. Okay, so it looks like, how many was it, mate? Didn't give us an indication. Well, they're going to measure. No, they are measuring, guys. Gives us more of a chance to talk. So they are measuring for those 2 bowls you can see on the screen. I think it's already 2. Taking out a third. Not bad. They're having a bit of a rest, Corey. Only played 1 in. Having a spell.
I'm just reading some of the comments here. Benny,
there's a few of them coming up there too.
Benny Winfer. What foot should I step out with if I was right-handed? I reckon you should maybe just change it up. Maybe go as a right. See how you go.
There's a few blokes around like that. There's a lady from Western Australia. Is it Deb Farmer?
Yeah.
She's a bit of a Facebook junkie, and then she actually steps out with the right foot and bowls right-handed, I think. So.
Yeah, I've seen her play actually at the AO a couple of times, and yeah, it's obviously interesting, but watching her roll up, she seemed to go pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
she does. She goes really good, mate. Actually, I was lucky enough to stream a game of hers at Tarrant Point earlier in the year, and she was playing with Carmen Anderson, and yeah, she goes very, very well. So as you can see, viewers, they're measuring for the shot here. Well, not the shot, but to add to the total. As he said, we don't have that much room behind the ditches, so having a bit of a look. I want the umpire to fall in. How many members got here, Corey?
Full bowling around the 230 mark, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so very big membership.
That's massive.
These 2 players obviously heading over to the Everest too, with myself.
I did see that.
Tomorrow. Shout out to Cozzy Home Loans for sponsoring us. He's looked after us very well. So yeah, if you're looking for a home loan or refinance, Cozzy Home's your man.
Cozzy Homes.
Yeah, so looking forward to getting over there and competing.
Still having a look to see who's the shot here. Sorry, that camera just clapped out, but we've just fixed that. It's back. So he's just about to put up the marker. How many was it? He hasn't told us yet.
No.
Still hasn't told us.
I'll grab him in a sec.
That's all right, mate. There he goes. No dramas. We'll update the scoreboard for viewers. I think it's 2 at least. Two at least. Gary Kelly will get us underway. Second end, we know he won the first one. So we don't know how many. Marker forgot to get the paddles up. We think it's definitely 2. And they've gone a bit shorter here, Gary. What was it, mate?
2.
2. So it was 2 to Gary.
So we get Pete to just told Pete to give us a signal and after each end.
Yep. So our marker Pete, yep, we just Corey's just worded him up just to make sure he gives us the signal what's going on. And Gary Kelly, 1 down at the moment. Both playing the ditch side of the green. This one might just swoop a tad. As you can see there, that's off the line. Aaron Teys. Both playing the ditch side of the green, both trying to swoop across. Don't think it's going to be second. He definitely won though.
I don't think Gaz will change too much here. Be looking at just play over, sit Teys shot bowl, trail the jack.
Down he comes. He's not a mile away.
Oh, he's played a good
Very close.
shot.
That's a big shot by Gary Kelly. There's Aaron Teys plays the forehand, which is the inside of the green, viewers. I think it's probably one of the first bowls played on that side, and he's not a mile away either. Oh, that's close.
Shot.
Having a bit of a look. Our marker's having a look for us. Not quite sure. He favours Gary for 1. So Gary Kelly on the mat. Down he comes now, forehand. Sits inside the orange, he'll score. Touches it, he'll make 2. Very, very close. How's this, viewers? We promised this. That's great rocks, top rocks. Aaron has 1 to play. Finds himself 2 down. Well, it looks like it's 2 down from you, Corey.
Yeah. Teysy looking at the angle off the wide one there, but potentially all 3.
Yeah, true. I can see what you're talking about. Different thought process when you've got these blokes sitting alongside you. Have to be different to playing 3 grade. Anyway, so Gaz is looking fit, inspirational. Yeah, you're right about that. He's dropped a few kilos, mate, hasn't he?
Yeah, no,
looks really
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So Aaron Teys on the mat, viewers.
Looks like playing weight.
Gonna play. Ooh. So it looks like it could be 2 to Gary. What's our indication from Marker Pete, mate?
He did call it pretty close before Gary drew shot was his last, so.
Still having a bit of a look around. See what's going on. Looks like it's definitely 2. We'll see what Pete indicates. No, it's only 1. So it's 3-0 to Gary Kelly after 2 ends here in the final at the major singles, Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club.
Looking like the views are starting to get up there.
The views, mate, yes. I knew that you'd have a few. You'd have a few watching this game, buddy. And you can understand why, Corey, can't you?
100%.
Got about a few more if you were playing, mate.
No, I don't know about that.
So Gary Kelly gets us underway, has a 3-0 lead, stays on the forehand, the inside of the green. Pretty good start by Gary Kelly. Aaron Teys stays on that same side of the green as well. Just trying to get these camera angles right for you guys. Sure. And a great shot by Aaron. Draws a touch up, forehand.
So important on this indoor surface if you can finish centre. There's a huge difference, obviously, the calibre players out here. If you're finishing jack high or just off, it's a lot easier just to arrive on this surface and give it a little chance. And
what's it run, Corey? What's the pace of it for the viewers? Tell them what the pace of the carpet is.
I reckon it'll be around the 14 mark.
Good shot.
Obviously changes with the aircon and that, and how many people are in here watching too can sometimes change it.
Has a bit to do with it?
Yeah,
well, so it's bit of heat.
Yeah, it's surprising how much it actually does change.
I did actually learn that stuff playing indoor bowls in Tassie back in the day when carpet bowls, the heat would have a massive effect on the mats. Not a bad shot by Aaron. Still finds himself one down though. Fair effort.
A bit stiff there. Clears his front and he played it perfect.
So Gary Kelly started off this final in superlative form, 3-0 up and drawing like a polis. It looks like he's got 2, maybe 3 here. He's played another screamer.
Yeah, he's definitely found his range early.
He certainly has. But knowing this young man, I made a comment about him many years ago. He could have 4 half house bricks and still kick your butt. On the forehand, Aaron Teys. Will he hang? Probably just going to cut a tad.
Fractionally under, yeah.
So Gary holding 3, but there's one hell of a wall there for a bit of a bash and barge, if that's what they opt to do, if Aaron opts to do that. Gary be playing his last bowl on the backhand. Down it comes. Holding 3. Does he go behind? Does he tuck the jack, Corey? What's he going to do here, mate?
I think he'll try and tuck it. If he finishes centre just in front's huge. I think he's done pretty well there.
Well done. So that's probably a Simpson's handful. Could be 4. Just waiting. The Marker Pete's having a bit of a sticky beat. Well, we've got a bit of a break here. Talk about, yep, well, Gary's giving the indication. 3, maybe 4. Yep, okay. So Aaron is attacking. Down he comes. Got something.
Touch high. A great start here from Gazza. He's
Absolutely.
Found his range pretty early. Teys has been quite aggressive early too. Well, he's had to be.
Yep. Gary's lobbing them all around there. Aaron's just a little bit off, half a bowl off at the moment of getting some maximum results, but having a look. So Marker Pete will give us an indication. Another good end from Gary Kelly. It's 3. Takes him out to a 6-0 lead, Corey, early. In our final here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. And what do we call it? Barrack Point Holidays? Barrack Point Holiday Cabins? What's the actual name of it?
Yeah,
Barrack Point Holidays?
Barrack Point Holidays, yeah. We're lucky enough to have 19 cabins on site. How many units? 4 units, 3 houses. So yeah, we've got a lot of accommodation on site, and it's really good here. Obviously, a lot of people get a lot of visitors and travellers from all over Australia that come here, pop in for a game of bowls, and yeah, they can stay on site. And
excuse me, just had a bit of a cough there. You are right, because I've been lucky enough to get one of them cabins. I went and opened it up, and it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So thanks again to Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club for looking after us at YouTube Live Sports. Aaron Teys stays on the backhand. Gary Kelly's got him off to a good start again. He's got a 6-0 lead here in the final, viewers. Aaron's just sailed past. Gary will play his second. Stays in the backhand again.
He's choosing this sort of middle to longish end, and he's found his range very good.
So he's 6-0 up. Aaron Teysel. Just trying to get that scoreboard right, guys, and we're having a bit of a problem with it here. But it is 6-0, viewers. On your scoreboard. Gary's playing great bowls. Let's drop those ones in a little bit short.
He's also finding centre, which is a huge difference.
Yeah, drawing with the line, mate. Like you said, he's like you said earlier, he's finding his range.
It's easy run this out. He's got a bomb.
And just sailed past, be pretty close to shot. No, he's probably just going to miss out. Might be second. Might be second shot.
Thought he was all over it there.
So did I. Well, it's up and down. He's calling it up and down. It does look like he's... Okay, so Gary's asking the question, how far past the jack is the last bowl?
Gaz has got a pretty good shot on here. Turns down with his front, slips past his front and lands Teys. Be holding a 4.
And probably advantageous too, Corey. Like you said, he does have the widest set of bowls.
Yeah, back himself to get back.
Down he comes.
Might have left it shy.
Yeah, I think he has. He just gets a nudge on that. Not quite. So have a bit of a look. Aaron Teys is interested in...
Teys obviously playing a fair bit with him. He doesn't get too many of these wrongs.
No. Watched his plenty of times in the BPL. So they're not too sure who's got the shot. Looks to me here, it looks like it's Gary's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, angles. Who knows? So Aaron Teys on the mat.
Obviously thinks he's more than one down and safe. He's running at this.
Yep. Down he comes. He's going to miss him again, I think, unfortunately. Oh, well, I'm not too sure if that's turned that front bowl on the line into count. So they've all been played. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I know it's I know what's going on here. It's giving us the right numbers, Corey. Don't know. We'll see if it changes. So that's 2, so he jumps out to an 8-0 lead. See if that worked. No. Still didn't come up. Anyway, it is 8-0. We'll try and fix that little glitch in the scorecard there, viewers. But it's 8-0 to Gary Kelly, off to a flyer in the final here.
He's rolled this a bit shorter, Gaz.
He has. Just notice he's gone shorter. Doesn't look like he's off to a bad start either.
Well, Teys' aim just to win the next end here, get the mat and change the length right up. I think he'll go either really short or really long.
Yeah, he needs control of it, like you said, doesn't he, Corey? He needs control of it. He hasn't gone too bad with this one, just quietly.
Start up.
Aaron Teys. So Gary Kelly, probably the first time he's found himself down since I think maybe the first bowl. Playing very good. Not to say Aaron's not playing. He's playing all right too. So
just played well again.
Yeah, pretty good shot, the Gazza. Pretty good shot. Aaron on the forehand. Wanted himself possibly down again. A little bit of a dipsy doodle here, touches it. That might have made the difference. So we have a bit of music playing in the background. I'll tell you what, Corey, there's a decent crowd in here too watching these two guys.
Yeah, they're starting to rock in now.
And they've got a lot of people commenting, and there should be one hell of a final. You happy with that? Josh Wilton, welcome. Luke Rossington loves making a comment. There's a fair few people on watching this game. So thanks, guys. And Gary Kelly, inside of the green, just to nudge Aaron's bowl. Still looks like the back blue one shot to me. No, not quite sure. Aaron stays on the forehand.
It's aggressive again.
Let's see what he thinks. Oh, unfortunately, geez, he's a bit unlucky there and got the edge of his own bowl and then got the widest one as well and rolled it out once or twice. So that may be definitely 2. See what Gaz does.
We could just be trying to beat Teys' wing one here. Doesn't want to fatten it at all.
Yeah, 100% correct. So down he comes, Gary Kelly holding 2, possibly 3. I don't think it is 3 though, definitely 2. This may be the 3rd though, Corey.
Yeah, he's done well here. Leave the holes perfect.
And that's 4 at the moment. Aaron lets his last one go on the forehand. See if he can get back to it. He gets inside that wide one. He's every chance. He is not a mile away. Look at this for a bowl. Viewers all around the world. Great shot. 4 down to 1. Changes the game. Grabs control of the mat. Dictates the length and is on the board.
Yeah, I think you see Teys go tee to tee here. What a shot to get on the board.
Correct. So it's 8-1, viewers. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard. I'll try and get this fixed. Hold on a second. Anyway. He's thrown it a bit long, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like he has. Thrown it a bit long. So Gary Kelly has control of the mat again. Aaron played a cracker with there. It is 8-1. I'm just trying to fix this scoreboard, guys, so bear with me. And pretty good start by Gary. So it is 8-1, viewers. We have the man himself, and Corey's the man at the moment, sitting here, but the man himself who controls YouTube Live Sports CSC broadcasting. You better be live in it. Boyd is in the background fixing the scoreboard. I can see him do it now. This guy's hard at work tonight, driving 40-ton trucks and fixing up all these little errors, which he does with a plume. Another good bowl by Aaron. Is he close to this one? Just a tad short, still finds himself 1 down. He's not playing bad, Corey. He's been a bit stiff.
I think Gary's just found his rhythm a little bit better early, but yeah, obviously singles, anything can happen and it can change pretty quick. It's a pretty lonely game out there.
Like being a boxer, mate. You've got no friends, nowhere to hide. So he's very close again. How good's he playing? That's brilliant. Playing very, very well.
It's close here.
Bang!
Great shot.
Good shot by Aaron. That'll be dead. We'll play. I think we're going to play back to the same area. Yep, they're sending them back. So Gary's asked for the bowls back. So viewers, if you kill an end, if you've won it, you have the option, if you won the end before, to play in the same direction. Now, interesting, you would notice that Aaron did win the last end. They are playing them back. Heath rolled the jack, put it in the ditch, so Gary had control of the mat. Aaron will get the roll the jack again.
Yeah.
And got a heap of people there commenting there, Corey. Plenty on the Facebook commenting. What we got? Luke Rossington, he loves a comment. Loves his bowls. Hi, Mum. Someone's that. Scotty Con. Dean Andrews. I need my glasses on. I might put my glasses on. You can read them out, Corey.
Dean Andrews watching from Marupna, is it?
Marupna. Good old Marupna.
Yeah, I know Dino. He's a great fella.
There's played a few games at Marupna. They've got those lights that hang over the top of the green, like the old school stuff.
I can't say I've never been there.
Yeah, it's out near Shepparton area. They used to have they had the Australian Open out there a couple of years ago. So, excuse me, viewers.
See if Teys can find his rhythm on this long grand finales.
And not bad. So he got control of Jack. He kept it on the green, and he's got off to a good start. Aaron Teys. It is 8-1 in our final. He did kill the last end. Gary Kelly's been playing some great bowls, but Aaron's starting to find a bit of range now. Both these guys need no introduction in the sport around the world, viewers. Gary's that's probably the worst bowl he's played all night. That's been a bit loose.
Yeah, the longer length there's caught him out a little bit. Teys will be looking to put the pressure on now. Tuck this Jack around the corners.
And as he has done, Corey, just a nibble, and he has done that. Bit of a dipsy doodle. So Gary Kelly will stay on the inside of the green. Both right-handers too, viewers. Massive viewing numbers coming through, and we can understand why. And they're probably the two worst bowls he's played in the whole game so far. Does find himself 8-1 up. And we are working on getting those scores fixed for you, viewers.
Just telling it to hurry.
Yep. I think he's past the front blue one, isn't he, Corey? Yes, he is. He hides behind the shortest one, so doesn't fatten the target. So it is 8-1. Gary Kelly coming down with his third bowl. First two are short. Third one's coming down. He's given a chance. He's given a big chance. What a shot. What a shot. That was very, very, very good. So you can see Gary's holding one, played a cracker.
Hasn't got a lot on Teys here. The angles aren't great, but I think if we're just looking sort of backhand search through that outside one, he might be able to get it through Gary's or through the bowl.
Yep, he gets the piece inside of Gary's. He might spin him out to about 5 o'clock and stay for, could be possibly 4. He's just going to be a tad wide.
Yeah, it just seems to hang off that side. Was a bit of weight. Been caught out a few times now.
So Gary Kelly playing an absolute bomb when he found himself 3 down. 8-1. We'll call it our Barrack Point Holiday scoreboard, viewers, here at the wonderful Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. Gary comes down after playing an absolute howler. How's he looking, Corey?
I think he's pulled up a short. I think he'll take the one and run there.
He has. So great shot by Gary. So 1. So that'll take us up to, should be 9-1. We've played that end twice. Just wait, this scoreboard's updated, but we'll get the camera right for you, viewers. Yep, thank you. There we go. So Gary Kelly on his forehand.
Fraction short there.
He is a bit short.
Won't be happy with that, I don't think.
No. But he did play that absolute screamer in that last one, Corey, didn't he?
Oh, he couldn't have played it much better.
Yep. So down comes Aaron Teys, first bowl of this, and finds himself 9-1 down on the scoreboard, viewers. Now, we are working at trying to get it updated. It just wasn't holding the numbers. We're trying to fix that. So, but I'll keep telling you the score. 9-1 to Gary Kelly over Aaron Teys in the final here at the Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. Not a mile away for the second one here. Just dropped a tad short. Gives Aaron a bit of room. You can see our eye mate there fixing it in the background there, Corey.
Yeah.
Touched by Aaron, good shot. Yeah. the man is a freak. And I mean that in the most positive sense. And there's a big crowd here too, viewers. I think we've got the darts on tonight right alongside us here. Then we've got the final of the bowls. There's another game of bowls on over there too, Corey.
Yeah, that's our indoor singles, so we've got a couple of matches over there. We've also got our big card giveaway draw tonight too, so there'll be plenty of people floating around tonight.
So I'll just update those scores so we know Aaron Teys has won. Gary Kelly is 9. We've got a different type of scoreboard going on. Never mind, but it's another good shot there. Move the jack. Gary comes down on the inside of the green again. Is he close, Corey? Is he close? Probably might just drop a tad short. No, just missing a beat there, viewers, sometimes with the...
Teasy run this jack in here on the 2 bowls, I think.
Yeah. Well, that one's just fallen over. Is that going to change his mind?
I think he'll take a chance here. Gets the jack in the pit for two bowls, 3 or 4.
So down he comes, viewers. Aaron Teys. Oh. Now, he almost got the back side of his other one and rolled it onto the jack, but does find himself 1 down again. So it takes it to 10-1 in our final. Gary Kelly over Aaron Teys. The thing about it is, as Corey and I have mentioned a couple of times, Aaron's not playing that bad. Gary's just been burning.
Yeah, he's just sort of beating him to the jack at the moment, I think. Obviously, Teys will try and improve on his first 2 bowls and try and get Gaz. I don't think Gaz has played 1 runner yet.
No, he hasn't. No, you're right. He hasn't played any weighted shot.
And Teys been the aggressor, so Teys can try and change that around and get back in this game.
So Gary gets us underway. Andy Thompson, the one and only Andy Thompson. Watched him as a kid over in the UK. What a player. What a player. Gary, inside of the green. Sorry, ditch side of the green.
Pretty handy starter again.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad by the bowls coordinator here. So Aaron Teys stays his backhand. You can see how much line the bowls are taking, guys. There, as Corey said, the pace of the carpet is about 14 seconds, which is a pretty decent pace. Anything less, it's a...
Yeah, it's a pretty friendly pace to play bowls on, that's for sure.
So Gary, Aaron's drawing the shot with that one. Good shot, Aaron Teys. Gary with his second one. Remember 2 ends ago, viewers, when he played that shot down here after being 3 down. And it was after he played 2 short bowls, so... We've got plenty of people watching, mate. Massive viewing numbers. We're just ironing out a couple of hassles here, but heaps of comments, which is good. Aaron Teys played another good bowl, finding a bit of range himself now. The Northern Rivers prospect holding 2.
Gather still got a pretty good shot in here on the 4 end. He'll be looking to just play over the draw.
He does. He has changed it up, Corey. Like you said, he is playing a different hand. He's not a mile away. He's very close. Is he? Oh, he's got the hole.
Stiff.
Wow. Very unlucky. There's the head there, so there's not much room. And he's gone through the gap. Now, Aaron stays on the backhand, holds 2. Could this be the springboard to get him back in the match? Not playing bad bowls, but our mate Gary Kelly is playing brilliant. He's dropped that one short. Wouldn't be too happy with that one.
I think Gary will just play the same bowl here. Aim for the hole, I think. And, yeah, if he's going through that hole again, he's doing well. So just try and play the same bowl. Get any connection is going to help.
And Tracy Wallace, Teysy playing better than the score shows. You are right, he certainly is. He's playing better than what the score is indicating. So, but Gary is playing super. So down it comes.
Easy to get down.
Is he close, Corey? He's got the same gap.
Joking.
Wow. Well, there's no problem of consistency, viewers. He's gone through the same hole.
Even with less weight too.
With less weight, a bowl less weight, bowl and a half less weight. Finds himself probably 2 down. Aaron has 1 to play. Don't know what sort of shot he's going to play here. So look at the head there, guys. I mean, this is what is in front of these guys. I mean, that is just... There's nothing outside, what, 1.5 meters?
Yeah, no, it's a great head of bowls. I mean, these two are really finding their range now. And
They certainly are. So Aaron Teys comes down on the forehand. He doesn't want to do nothing silly here. I don't think he will, but it looks like he's played decent weight too, has he? Or is he going to drop a tad short?
fraction under.
And you can't blame him if he does, but he gets a multiple. I think it's 2 to Teys, takes it to 10-3 here on your Barrack Point Holidays scoreboard. Final major singles, Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, or was it only one?
Just the one.
Well.
Kaz's last one snuck second.
It did.
Probably deserved more, to be fair.
Bad judge.
I think you'll see Teysy stick to this T-to-T length and try and dominate them first two bowls and put some pressure on Gaz.
I think you might be right, mate. That's 10-2.
Good start up.
Let's fix that camera up for you, viewers. Get it dropped down a bit. So you can actually see a bit what's going on. There we go. That's better. So Aaron's running away a bit better now.
God. Definitely a few people here to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah. Gary comes down. We are at 10-2. Just drops a bit short again. Aaron holds 2. Stays on the forehand. A lot of viewers here watching what's going on.
Teysy trotting after it. Just got to hurry past Gaz's front.
Is he going to be past it, Corey? I think he just may get past it. Yes, he does.
I think Gaz will give this one a chance. He'll be disappointed with them first two.
People saying, didn't you play in it, Corey?
Unfortunately, Gaz got me in the semi.
Yep. Yes, he did mention, and mentioned earlier, Gary beat him in the semi-final.
I did lead 18-12 and never scored again, so it was a pretty good effort.
Very humble, mate. So 3 to Aaron. Gary's played a bit loose here as well. So Aaron has a chance to make it 4.
As bad as that bowl is, he has actually opened up.
a runner here on the back end, which I think you'll definitely be looking at. Teys will be just looking at tucking that jack around the corner, giving Gaz a nothing.
He will. He's walking back up. The young fella. There he is. So he'll stay on his forehand. Down he comes. Holding 3. Chance for 4 at 10-2. Gets him back in the game. Pretty good shot. Holding 4. Gary has 1 to play.
Good bad bowl there for Teys. Fattens it a little bit. And Gaz will be looking at it.
Diana Knowles, I'm happy I'm watching too, right? The way they're playing, it's magnificent. But you are right, Corey. Yeah. There's a bit of a funnel in there, down the line.
Big bowl in this moment.
It certainly is.
The game.
You can see what's in front of him. The 4 orange bowls. Down he comes on the forehand, on the backhand with weight. Wow. So that's going to take our score up to 10-6. I don't know where the actual... Oh, Boydie's fixing it. I can see him in the background there again.
And Teys doing exactly what he needed to do. Go long and try and put Gazza under pressure. Gazza's first aggressive shot for the game.
Yep. So Aaron. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Boydster. I don't know where the scoreboard went, so it's 10-6. It was there a second ago. There it is, thank you. I just didn't want to move the mouse when you were playing with it. There we go. 10-6 here in the final.
First to 25.
First to 25, as Corey's mentioned. Joined here, viewers, by Corey Wedlock. Commonwealth Games gold medalist himself. World champion. How many times you won the BPL, mate? 4?
Might even be 5.
5?
Yeah.
Wow. Not bad. Tweed Ospreys. Wayne Turley, the man who manages them all. Manages Corey, Aaron Teys and Chloe Stewart. Great shot by Gary Kelly.
And Tweed's an awesome club. Love representing the Tweed Ospreys when I get a chance in the BPL. And yeah, it tells Chloe and Teys, we all get on so good.
Yes, I can tell that the way you play, mate. It's pretty obvious. So they've gone a little bit longer. Aaron played a good bowl of his first one. Corey played an even better one with his second. 10-6, viewers. Aaron's back in the match. Gary all's got the open hand, nothing in his way, just gets past Aaron's front bowl, which is pretty much horizontal with the tee, goes behind it. That's great bowling. And a back smacker, touches the jack back up the green. It's tucked between the two blues. Live score would be 12-6, holding 2. Aaron has a bit of a run.
Hasn't come out great. He's got another one though.
He certainly does.
Gaz will be looking to leave no target here. If he can just count, just past, perfect.
So down comes Kelly's bowl. Just got to get past that front orange one to count, as Corey mentioned.
And he's sort of fatting the target a little bit.
Yeah, so Aaron will have another run at this, I would say. Down he comes. Oh, he's gone through the hole.
Gapped it.
Anyone who does any sewing, you couldn't even get a bit of cotton through a needle head with that one. I mean, how's he got through there? Ridiculous. And he knows it too.
He
knows it.
Big point in this game.
So it's up and down for the third. The marker Pete's indicating. Up and down for the third. Gary comes down with his 4th bowl. Dead draws it, gets a nudge out of the own. He could get lucky and make 4.
He's just got to hurry now.
Gary Kelly, the Irishman, gets under the orange to count, and maybe. Not quite sure. The boys are having a bit of a look. Aaron's got the mat, but he knows he's not going to score. So it's 4. Thank you, Boydie. You can take control now. So it's 4. That takes us out to 14-6. Just let me update the score before you do anything. We'll get this one right. And you can play. 14-6 in your final here, viewers. And Gary will get us underway again. A big crowd here, Corey.
Yeah,
Decent crowd.
Definitely a few have come in for this great game.
They certainly have. Great starter by Gary on the forehand. Aaron Teys will follow down. No, well. Not too sure what that one was.
There's a bit of frustration there from Teys.
Oh, I think you could be right. Bit of a Happy Gilmore shot. Get Corey to have a look at it. He has got the best eye in the game. You are right. They're talking about you, mate. You got the best eye in the game, they say. I have heard that comment before from other people. It's commonly mentioned in the BPL. And another great shot by Gary Kelly. Man's on fire. Massive viewing numbers. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying it just like we are. There's our 2 individuals, 2 superstars of the game. Another superstar in the commentary box, and Corey, of course. I'm only kidding. Far from it. Very, very powerful club.
We haven't got our CEO and Vice President up there.
They'll be coming down for a chat a little bit later, Corey.
Yeah, hopefully we can get them in for a bit of a chat.
So Gary Kelly comes down with his 3rd bowl. Very close.
Shot again.
Has fattened the target. Aaron's just been a little bit off.
Covers the jack a little bit. Teasy can't see all of it now.
So down he comes on the forehand, Aaron. Gets a bit of spin out of it. It'll be good.
He's just under it.
He is. He won't be happy with that. Plenty of room for Gary to add another one. Some great comments coming through from some of these viewers. Matt Grogan, Glenn Dixon. Thanks for jumping on board. Bill Taylor. Love to have you on board YouTube Live Sports. Got the best broadcast in the business. You better be live in it.
Great shot.
Great shooting, Gary.
Teasy's got to hit this.
He does. He needs one to go his way. Down he goes. Bang. Boydie's in control of the camera. Knows his stuff. Does he get a result? He gets something. He's only going to be 1 down, possibly 2. Great effort.
Still 2 down, I think.
Still 2 down. So it is an indication. It is 2. I'll just update the scoreboard for us. Thank you, mate. So it'll take us out to 16-6. Yeah, well. Not that one. You did it and I did it. It's funny. 16-6 in your final here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, viewers. Massive viewing numbers around the world enjoying the show that these 2 individuals are putting on, and the fantastic commentary from Corey Wedlock. To my right, who knows these 2 blokes better than most. We didn't get the early tip off you too, mate, did we?
Yeah, I would have went my Aussie teammate Teasy before the game, but Gaz has come out on fire.
He certainly has. He's played magnificent. And that's why he's 16-6 in front in your Barrack Point Holidays scoreboard, and starts well again.
First bowl's been awesome.
It has, hasn't it?
Just put Teys under the pump straight away.
And you can just see that he's just got that looks a little bit frustrated with himself. Does Azamat, as I call him. Played this pretty good though. I stand
Great
corrected.
shot.
Great shot, Aaron Teys. I don't know much about the background of Gary Kelly, but I know he obviously plied his trade in Northern Ireland. Is that correct?
Yeah, grew up in a town called Ballymoney.
Ballymoney?
Yeah. Played for the Ballymoney Bowling Club.
How long have you been in Australia, Corey?
We both arrived at Warilla similar time, so it'd be about 6 years now, I reckon.
You are right, Luke. He is a tad off his game, but I'm sure he'll find it. There has been a few ends, though. You've got to admit that he's played some sensational rocks, and Gary's just converted it. And
It only takes 1 or 2 bowls to
does.
get yourself back in the game of singles.
Certainly does. Just ducked past Aaron, but probably still holding one by the looks of things. Definitely holding one.
Yeah.
No, we know Aaron Teys.
Fairly average first 4 bowls there.
Yeah, pretty ordinary. Lift your game, you blokes. Christ's sake, they've got a million people watching you. So down comes Gary on the forehand. Just goes behind it. Only one down. Doesn't need to do anything silly. So if we have a look, just zoom in a little bit more
Shotty
here.
up.
Great shot. That's got to be 2. That's brilliant bowls. Both guys got 1 each. Look at that. You throw a tissue over them. Brilliant bowls, guys. Brilliant bowls. That's the head, ladies and gentlemen. Magnificent. Look at that. That's pretty good.
We'll muck around with this one. I think be up it.
Gary Kelly heads back to the mat. Yeah, I think you're right, Corey. He's not going to die wondering, is he? So down he comes on his backhand. Well, actually, he's not playing that.
No, he's not going that big. Very hard weight to play on this surface. Just over.
Tell you what. How's this?
Stiff.
Oh, but wow. What a head of bowls. And Aaron's still got 1 to come. And what does he do with it, Corey?
Oh, I'd back him in, I think. He loves little challenges like this. The harder the shot it is, he seems to scare it all the time.
Well, that's what you're looking at, viewers. I mean, look at that. There's Matt's magnificent bowling to the centre line. It's very, very good, of the highest quality. So Gary Kelly will stay on his backhand. Aaron Teys, rather. Get the names right. And he's not doing anything silly. He'll probably take the 2.
Oh, he's pretty close, I think. He gets down.
That's why Corey's sitting here, because he knows what he's talking about.
Loves a challenge.
He does. A lot of people might not believe this, but Aaron Teys used to be my 3rd in pennant many years ago, and he was only about 13 or 14. But
Great head of
he was
bowls
still
up.
the best player in the team by a country mile. So that's 3.
Was that at Ballina, was it? Or?
That was at Ballina, mate. Yep. Spent a lot of time with Azza in Ballina. And his father, the greatest Elvis impersonator I've ever seen. Craigie, if you're watching, hello, matey.
Absolute legend, Craig.
Great bloke. I played a lot of bowls with Craigie back in the day. Yeah, good fella. Just good family. So he's on the tee. Naka Pete's fixed it up for us. We'll just zoom that out so you can get a bit of view of it, viewers. Let's have a look at it. There's the jack on the tee. Pretty close to full length, if it isn't. Great starter by Aaron. You can see it. Down comes Gary Kelly, forehand. He's not a mile away either, is he? What's his running like, Corey?
He's good again. First bowl again.
Pretty good. Front knocker. Kiss the baby. Thanks for coming. I'll draw to the tee. Aaron Teys on the forehand. 16-9. Very close affair here in the final, as you can appreciate.
He's just looking to make contact here. If he just slips past, he gives himself a chance. He's played it well.
Just a touch. Springs it out.
Stiff. Probably just a fraction shy.
See Gary heading down. Just got to pass that front orange one.
I think he's played it well.
He has.
Great shot.
He has. That's two. You know, Aaron plays an end and he gets a score and claws himself way back, and then Gary keeps putting down bowls like this. Now, this is very close, viewers. Could get a dipsy doodle. Unfortunately, still the one down. Great effort. So down comes Gary again.
He's played it well again. He's just probably didn't want that. Sort of fattened the target a bit.
Alrighty.
There is a slight chance Teys can get both bowls. He just feathers that front one.
Yep,
Can get
right
both
about that.
with that jack.
So down he comes. He's on his backhand. If he slips under the two oranges, he's going to be unlucky there. He was under that. He was every chance, Corey. Like you said, he gets the edge of that bowl. He pumps both of them out of there. Maybe not even move the jack.
Gaz has got every reason to be up here and give it a good chance to draw another. There's no danger. Turn his shot bowl.
So down he comes on the forehand, holding two.
Yeah, he's played it good.
And he has played a great shot. And Aaron Teys is clapping him. One. Very good. So that takes it out to 17-9 here on your Barrack Point Holidays scoreboard. Not quite springboard time yet.
That's 19-9 potentially now.
Is it 19-9?
Yeah,
yes, it was three, wasn't it? Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, Corey. I do apologise. That's why I'm wearing glasses. And Mark and Pete's doing a fantastic job too, just quietly.
It's a long way back from here, but you never know.
Yes.
It's just baby steps, I suppose. Teys try and get to 15 before Gary gets to 22 or something like that. Just small steps to try and get himself back into the game.
So he stays on that ditch side, but he's played that hand most of the time. I think both of them have, actually. They're not a bad starter again, Corey.
First bowl's been just top notch.
And isn't it funny, bowls is a game where, you know, you get 4 attempts at something in a game of singles, but that first one can determine what happens just by the 6-inch space between your ears. Someone lands a front hopper or a toucher or touches it, the opposition, how mentally tough they are or anything like that, they can go to water, so to speak.
Oh,
not these two blokes, of course, but it can have a massive effect in a game of bowls. So Gary's holding one. Jared Gorsuch, thanks mate, appreciate that. I'm in pretty good company. Matty Bouse, Shane Evans. Hello, gentlemen. Holding two, Gary Kelly. Azamat's having a bit of a dig at this. He's not a mile away. He's got it.
Good shot.
Okay, that's dead. So they'll go back up the other end and replay it. At 19-9, your Barrack Point Holidays scoreboard. Corey's a social media guru. He's all over the comments.
Yeah, just having a look through here.
Got a few. So they'll start again. know if many people know, but I think Aaron won a club championship in Ballina or Eleventh End. I can't quite remember when he was 10 years old. I think he won a club fours. As a 10-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. But he had a good mentor too, so I don't know if you do know Corey, the late, great Johnny Lang from Evans Head.
Yeah, no. Very gentleman of the game.
Absolutely. A great bloke, Johnny Lang, and rest in peace, Jono. You know he'd be watching up there. And, he's one of the great mentors for Aaron over the years. An absolute champion bloke. Sorely missed.
A bit of a mentor to our young new recruit, Lukey Jones, too, sitting over there watching.
He was. Is Luke here, is he?
Yeah.
I better go and say hello to him. Is Mick Anderson here?
No, he's flown home, thank God.
I'm the old mate.
A couple of days was enough.
And Aaron's having a bit of a look.
Hope he's watching.
Close.
Great
Got
shot.
him again. Good shot.
Stiff. The bowl's followed it the whole way.
Is it going to sit on top of it? Oh, he's still got a bit of room, which is good. But pretty good bowl. Long way to go. 19-9. Those last 6 can be just as hard to get as the 16 that Aaron needs.
100%. Even that last one.
Yeah, that last one. That's pretty ordinary getting that last one. And what we might do is flip over to that one. You can see that the jack is in the ditch. Gary's holding 2, and the one he passed is his own, which is a toucher.
Probably got about 2.5 feet for shot still.
Aaron's coming down with this one. We'll flip over and use 3 cameras here.
Who's doing that? You are happy.
Oh, that's me at the moment. Just dropped in. So he's giving me an indication. So he's about 3 feet.
Yeah, it's about that.
Yeah. So Gary's holding 2. Backhand. Ditch side of the green, past the 2 YouTube Live Sports cameras, coming into focus now. How's that for some handiwork, viewers? And he's holding 3. Aaron's got 1 to play.
That's a good shot.
Great bowls.
Back teasing here. It's one of his favourite shots drawn in the ditch.
So he's on his forehand. Aaron Teys. He's following it down. Is he past the front one? Is he past both of them? Oh, that's a fair effort.
Had good speed if you miss that.
Decent running. Gary has 1 to play. May only be 1. Aaron's got 1 to come too. Warren Towney is watching. Wazza, Jason Curry, Glenn Soper, Josh Miller. Comes into line now.
Jason Curry from Windsor.
The Windsor Wombat, part of the YouTube Live Sports team, Jason Curry. So what is that? Aaron's got 1 to play. So let's have a look and see what happens here. 19-9, probably finds himself 1, maybe 2 down.
I think he's just going to back himself to draw this on the backhand here. Had good speed with his last.
He did. So Aaron's on the backhand. Down he comes. Turns around, picks up the mat. Standing there, the fingers are spread.
I think he's quick.
He might be a tad quick, and he's a bit fast. Marker Pete picks it out of the ditch.
The commentator's curse on him there.
Yeah.
Backed him in.
Corey, kick up the butt for that one. As said, ladies and gentlemen, you can join in the commentary box by Corey Wedlock, Australian representative, world champion, BPL champion, Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
Well, not quite, was it, actually, but
not quite a world champion.
Commonwealth Games, yeah. I didn't
you win a gold medal?
No, unfortunately had a ordinary campaign, but yeah, obviously in the squad now to hopefully try and make the...
What did you win the 2 gold medals? That was World Bowls.
Yeah,
sorry, I apologise, viewers.
You're right, mate.
Sorry, Corey. Sorry. Dude, I remember you watching them.
I'd love that on the resume, to be fair, but...
No, I'll put it on there for you. You heard it here first, viewers. Corey Wedlock, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. To come. I watched all that stuff that was up there too. I should have known because I'm pretty good mates with all the Yanks, Lauren Dion and Billy Broughton, all those guys, and I know you've played them twice in quarterfinals.
Yeah, we did actually, yeah.
They just can't get past it. Lauren and I are very good friends. They just can't get past that quarterfinal stage. But
great fellas.
They are good blokes, and with Ann Nunes, what she's done in the champion singles in the last 2 years, a gold and a bronze, a gold and a silver, and she's put bowls in America on the map. They've got some good bowlers: Charlie Herbert, Lauren Dion, Billy Brolt, Ann Nunes. Got a lot of
Aaron Zangel, is it?
Aaron Zangel, yep. Azamat. He's another Azamat. Aaron Zangel, yep. There's a guy over there that I regard as one of the best players that I've ever played against. He had a big spell out of it. He's only just come back. It's Steve Smith. Keep your eye out for this guy, viewers. He's a different kettle of fish, but a good fella, Stevie, but can play. Anyway, what's he indicated? Marker Pete, is he having a spell?
Yeah, he's getting a bit tired, Pete, I think.
Yeah, so Aaron Zengel's another one. Yeah.
2.
So it's 2. So that takes us up to
21-9.
21-9. Still not over. Not by a long way.
I don't think you're far off. Teys wins the next end, nearly bringing the mat up and just start potting a few bare jacks.
Yep. Go for broke.
Nothing to lose at this stage.
No, you're right, Corey. So Gary's first bowl down on the forehand. Likes this length. Hasn't played this length too badly all night.
It's nearly his worst first bowl in a while. He's opened up as a touch and 4 or 5 ends in a row.
Yeah, he's been pretty hot in the last, like you said, last 4 or 5 ends. So down comes Azza. Just going to slip past it. Unlucky. It looks like it still is one to Gary. While Gary's playing his bowl, Corey, tell us about your upbringing. Where'd you start your bowls at?
So I started in a little club called Bondi Bowling Club. Bondi? Yeah.
In Sydney?
Eastern suburbs, yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Dad was a pretty keen bowler, and he got me into it. I remember rolling bowls up along the bank, and then he finally gave me a go when I was about 8 or 9 on the green, and sort of never looked back since.
Well, that's obvious. At Bondi. Then you moved out to the bush somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah, so moved to a little place called Urunga on the north coast. Only a population of about 2,000 people, and went to school there and played a bit of bowls, footy, soccer, whatever sport I could, and I was lucky enough to get a gig down at Cabramatta when I first turned 18. I was there for 4 years, and now at Warilla for the last 6.
Good stuff, mate. Pretty good resume too, just quietly. I remember going there for a 1 grade pennant final. Was it Urunga where it got washed out?
It could have been. It does get a lot of rain there.
Yeah.
And a flood too.
Yeah, the first day and a half, and I was playing for Ballon and I was third to Mick Anderson, and Mick and I have played our butts off, and Aaron Shev's gone in and got a set of size 2 super grips or something and just tore us a new proverbial. I think we only got 4 or 5, and we were not disappointed the way we played. Anyway, back to the game. Looks like it's 1 or 2.
Blame the skipper. Blame Ando there.
Oh, yeah. He's a good man. Very steady bowler, Michael Anderson.
He did just send me a message saying he was watching, so.
Oh, mate. So, Gary Kelly, forehand, holding 1, maybe 2. We'll switch cameras and look at this angle and the bowl coming in. Here it comes.
Great shot.
Very well played. Playing great bowls, Corey.
His weight control's been awesome.
It certainly has. It certainly has. You never write this bloke off. No way in the world.
Just have to get a translator for that.
No idea what he said. There he comes on the backhand. Let it go. If he gets a rumble out of his own, he gets something.
I think he's just tight.
He is a tad tight now. Interesting. Is it only 2? Marker Pete?
2.
2. So that takes us now up to 23-9 to Gary Kelly on your Barrack Point Holidays scoreboard. playing one hell of a game of lawn bowls is the Irishman, Northern Irishman, now Australian citizen. Is that right, Corey?
Yeah. When was it? September last year, maybe?
Not going to change allegiances?
Well,
Any inside info?
Oh, you never know down the track.
Never know. Okay, you heard it here first. I always used to ask Ryan Best that. He'd never, ever play for anyone else except Canada. Well, I don't think he would anyway.
But I know he loves representing Ireland. So
good on him. So Gary gets us underway again. Holds a 23-9 lead. Your Barrack Point Holiday scoreboard. Final of the major singles here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club.
That's another toucher. Was his first bowl something different?
Mate, this guy is a freak. So, Aaron Teys, he's not bad either.
Doesn't lose too many games on here, Gabba.
No. He's pretty good with the arm.
Loves the indoor, as he does the outdoor, but yeah, he's got that X factor definitely about him on that indoor. Every bowl he's just always in the area.
Yep. And hence to say why he has such a good record in the BPL too. And good bowl by Aaron, just a tad unlucky. Wrong edge of it. So Gary Kelly stays on the forehand. It's funny the things you pick up watching games of bowls. I always notice when he bowls, he has two of the fingers spread apart on one of his hands. And I'll zoom in on it in a minute. That's the nerd in me coming out, Corey. So Aaron's on the forehand. Down he comes.
Just hasn't seemed to find centre really tonight. He sort of played a bit of unders and overs.
He has. Forehand, once again. Yeah, this hasn't nailed it. It's, what do they call it? Calibration.
Yeah, so like Gary's seemed to find the centre, and Teys is just off.
Another good bowl by Gary Kelly.
He's just going to just poke down on the back end here, give it a little chance.
And he's had twice he's got back in the game, been 10-1 down, back to 10-6, 16-9, 6 down, back to 16-9. But since then, Gary's put his foot down. He gets off the inside of this, he could get the shot, and he does. Well done, Aaron Teys. Gary is on the springboard, as we know.
Yeah, straight on the mat, straight after it, I think. Be looking to play some sort of weight down here, try and land that last trail the jack. Can get off his wide one.
Down he comes. He's got it clean. Perfect. That's a great shot. Now he's possibly 4, Corey. What? 3 for sure.
Definitely holding game, I think.
Yep. One bowl to come. We really appreciate all the viewers. Nearly 2,300 views. Over 800 at the moment. Fantastic comments. A lot of people enjoying the clash of these two dead set champions of the game of lawn bowls. Aaron's going to have a bit of a dipsy doodle. Down he comes, playing a sexy bender. Can he get a result? And he does. Gets rid of one.
That's game, ladies and gentlemen.
That is it.
Absolute clinic there from Gary Kelly.
Did play fantastic.
First 2 bowls was just unbelievable.
So it was. He was magnificent, Corey. We summarise it. Excuse me. Let's summarise the match. Twice Aaron got into it. Gary got off to a cracker of the start. 8-1, 9-1, 10-1. Aaron got back to 10-6. Then Gary pulled away again. Aaron got back to 16-9. Then Gary pulled away again. There was ends in that game where Aaron Teys played sensational with 3 or 4 bowls, but Gary played some ripper conversion shots. That one in particular going back towards the bar, when he was 3 down, he had 2 inches to draw it around the bowls and drew a toucher.
Yeah, no, I think Gary's weight control from N1 was outstanding, and Teys didn't play that bad. He was probably sort of fixing around was the weight a little bit. But yeah, no, overall it was a cracking game. I don't think the scoreline definitely reflected the game, that's for sure.
No, I don't. I mean, and there was the times there when Gary was under immense pressure too, but displayed those crackers. So, well done to Gary Kelly, the bowls coordinator, and the 2025-2026 major singles champion at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. Commiserations to Aaron Teys. Did you say Aaron's won this before or not? Here?
Oh, plenty of times, I think, yeah.
He's won the major singles here.
Yeah.
Commiserations to him, but his chance will come again, I no doubt. And viewers, a big thank you to Corey Wedlock in the commentary box. We didn't even get the Vice President and the CEO on, mate.
No,
They liked your work too much.
Yeah, I think so. I saw Galute comment that he was a bit scared how hard I was working, but...
No comment, I would say nothing.
Good brave coming from him, I think.
So, just on behalf of myself and YouTube Live Sports, are we going to get someone to come over?
You want me to get Gaz to come over and say a few words? Or?
Yeah, my word. We'll get both of them to come over. Thank you, Corey. So we're going to have a bit of a chat before you go, viewers. We'll have a bit of a chat with Aaron Teys and with Gary Kelly. And we'll get them to jump on the mic, so don't go anywhere. So we're going to get them to go. So, yeah, once again, thanks Corey for his insight in the game. Knows these two guys well, knows this club well, part of the system here, and we're really appreciative and very humbled to have him in the skybox with us here at YouTube Live Sports. So, who's going to be first? It's Gary Kelly. Whack him on, mate. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your Barrack Point Holidays 2024-25 major singles champion, Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, Gary Kelly. Congratulations, mate. Played magnificent.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, obviously, it's an absolute honour and a privilege to be the club champion here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. You know, it's such a prestigious club, and you know, some of the world-class players that we currently have and have had in previous years, so to be on there for a third time is pretty special, and yeah, something I'll take a lot of pride in.
So is that the third time you've won it, you've said?
Yeah, fortunate enough to win it for a third time. So
wow.
Yeah.
Now, I was saying to Corey, I said, you know, you've got to be hard-pressed being a man of his stature, and he told me that you're the one that rolled him in the semi-final. So it's pretty hard work to get to a final in this club.
Yeah, obviously, look, we've got a few very high profile and elite players here, and you know, it's an absolute honour for us to have everyone here. So yeah, to even make it to the finals, an effort in itself, and yeah, to go that extra step and become the club champion, yeah, it's an absolute honour. And
you now are, you know, you had shoes to fill when Jeremy Henry, another Irishman, was the bowls coordinator for a long time and has moved up north, and you've taken on that mantle. How's all that going, mate? Yeah, look, listen, obviously Jeremy Henry is an absolute legend, you know, of our sport, back in Ireland and here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. And look, if I tried to fill his shoes, it's never going to happen. You know, you're never filling Jeremy Henry's shoes. But yeah, look, I've just got to try and put my own stamp on it and own the role, and you know, and make it mine as such, and put my own personal spin on it. Well, it's working so far, mate. Just from the outside looking in, doing a fantastic job from what I can see. So that's a you know, feather in your cap, buddy. Yeah, no, obviously I'm very, very fortunate here. You know, we've got a lot of fantastic staff that are extremely supportive, you know, especially in the Bowls office there, we're dedicated to. You know, we've got Paul Makovich and Trevor Wells there, you know, Bowls secretary and assistant, and obviously Corey Wedlock. You know, Corey's been absolutely fantastic, and he's been extremely supportive throughout, you know, my journey so far in the role, and yeah, without his support, you know, it wouldn't be possible. Well, once again, mate, on behalf of YouTube Live Sports, congratulations. We're very honoured and privileged for you to be invited us down to stream the game. You played some crackers, man. We're just saying that in the game there where you jumped out to that massive start, then Aaron actually got back to 10-6, and then you pulled away again, then he got back to 16-9, and then you pulled away again. And I think there was 5 ends in a row where there wasn't a breath of air between your first bowl and the jack. So congratulations, thoroughly deserved, buddy. Yeah, thank you. No, thankfully I settled into the game reasonably well, and at the end of the day against Aaron Teys, you've got to do that. You've got to try and, you know, perform well and just get balls around it, and thankfully I was able to do that, and yeah, just get the result. You are right. Look, I've don't know if you know, I've known Aaron since he's a little boy, and he actually used to play pennants with me back in the day, and I always made the statement, he'd beat you with 4 house bricks. even as a kid.
Yeah, he's just such a versatile player, and he's got every shot in the book, and the way he plays the game, he's hard to read. His games out there, he just draws everything, and then his games where he can be more aggressive and more attacking, and he's obviously he's one of the best in the world at that shot as well. So yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get as a surprise package, but you just got to get enough pulls in around it and hopefully minimise his opportunities.
Yep, I agree, mate. I agree. So I mean, it's an absolute credit to you guys here at this fantastic facility. Going all right in the Platinum Premier League too, mate, just quietly? Yeah.
Look, positive things are happening here at the club. We're really enjoying our bowls at the club here, which is the most important thing, and that's the message I definitely want to get across. Yes, success is highly important to us, but the most important thing is enjoyment, unity, camaraderie, and togetherness, and that's on it what we're building on, and we're really enjoying the journey so far.
That's good, mate. Something I said to Corey too, I noticed when I came and introduced myself to you today when I arrived, what caught my eye was the positivity and the camaraderie, we'll use the word, with the guys who just come off the green playing social bowls. I mean, how vibrant and how positive and how proud they were that they were playing bowls at this bowling club. And it caught my eye straight away, because you can go to some clubs, you can see that where, Joe Blow's over there and Billow's over there and Doris is sitting 10 foot behind them. But these blokes here, they were just, it was one in, all in, and just after a game of social. So, I mean, that's a credit to your club. That's magnificent.
No, that's it. You just said it there yourself, one in, all in. And look, they're the members, and they're the absolute roots of this club. They're here daily, weekly, consistently turning up to the club, supporting the club. Yep. And we really appreciate them, and our guests as well. We always welcome with open arms all our guests to come to our social, and and really enjoy our facilities. Like, we're very fortunate here at Warilla. Like, they're some of the best in the world.
Oh, no doubt about it. No argument, mate.
Our outdoor greens are beautiful. We've got arguably one of the best surfaces in the world here, and a fantastic indoor complex. So look, we want everyone to come here and enjoy the hospitality and enjoy our facilities.
Well, I can understand. The only thing you need to fix is on Google Maps, it kept taking me to the club up the road. But anyway, I got here in the end. So well done again, man. Congratulations. It was an absolute privilege to watch you play that game of bowls. You were sensational, mate.
No, thanks very much, and thanks for coming and live streaming, and to all our viewers and audience out there. Hopefully a lot of people tuned in, and we really appreciate your efforts.
You had a fair few, matey. You had a lot. And hopefully we can do some more stuff for you. We're only too happy to. As I said, I got the phone call to come down here on, I think, Sunday. Mate, I was on my way home from Brunei. I said, you've got a choice. You can go to Karua and do the major singles final, or you can come down here. No offence against the Karua guys, but I was definitely going for a trip south.
No, well, we appreciate you coming and putting that time and effort in.
No worries, mate. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, and congratulations, man.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get our runner-up in our Barrack Point Holidays Major Singles Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, and it's the one and only Azamat. Sorry, man, that before when you come and said hello, I was just fixing everything up. So it's good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
Tell me a bit about what happened.
Well, he just played really bloody good.
He was excellent.
His first two bowls really dominant. A lot of the time I stepped on that mat after his first bowl and couldn't even see the jack. Like he just middled jacks on the draw, and just I couldn't even see him. Like, I didn't really have a shot on. And obviously with the evolves, you have to kind of spring it or just get behind to, like, it's nearly a 2-bowl trick instead of just drawing it off, because he's like right on it. I don't know. He just played really bloody good.
So there was a couple of situations there when he broke out to the 10-1 lead, then you got back to 10-6. We thought you might have had a bit of a run on. There was an end down here where you held 3 and he drew within an inch.
Yeah.
And then you got back to 16-6, you got back to 16-9. Both Corey and I thought, well, Aaron, he's found his range now. He was starting to lob him around, but he still played that 1 or 2 bowl where it was hard for you to get a result.
That's right. Every time I'd score a good number, he'd get the same back. I think I scored a 4, and then the next end he'd go to 4.
You did.
Straight after I got that 4, I went T to T, but it's kind of that sort of hard surface. That T to T, you sort of nearly need to be a metre short of T going back that way, because with your bowls, it's very hard to sort of nail centre line. And then he middled the jack on the draw and sat right on top of it, and I thought, bloody hell, that's going to be hard to get now. Because you just can't get near the tee. Like, where I landed with my first bowl, was nearly as good as you could do. But then for him to trail it, I thought, all right, well, there you go. Then he ended up getting a 4 back. And a couple of times there, he played a really good end, set up a target, not just gap it or flick one out.
There was one down there when you went through a hole that I didn't think existed.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of other times where you're only half a bowl out of getting maximum result, but ended up dropping and one extra because you just got the wrong roll or whatever. You won this major singles before?
Yeah.
How many?
Great question. It's maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, viewers. Got beat in the final, but he's already run it 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, who knows? So, talking to Aaron Teys. Now, we spoke to Corey about, a bit about the both of you and your background, where you come from, where your bowls started. And I actually mentioned a guy who played a massive part in your career, the late, great Johnny Lang. He would have been watching tonight, mate, and regardless of the result, he would have been very, very proud. As I said before, you won that club championship. Was it Eleventh End or Ballina when you were 10 or something? Or 12? Was it a club 4s? I can't remember.
I think it was Eleventh End.
Eleventh End. He was a 10-year-old and won a club championship, so there's not many other 10-year-olds around there doing that.
No.
And it comes from good pedigrees. Old man's the greatest Elvis impersonator I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is. He gave it up a few years ago, but every now and then he still has a few and gets up on karaoke. He's pretty good at it. I have seen
you put it on the Facebook. Now, it's obviously, as I said, I've known Aaron since he was a younger lad, and it was always inevitable that he was going to play for his country and he was going to have the fanfare, the statistics and everything that he's got. So from me, who's like met you when you were a young fella, when we used to have the Barbie doll in our pocket and break it up when we used to play pennants at East Lismore and stuff like that, it's an absolute honour and privilege to watch you play and what you're doing, mate. It really is. And you come on, you'd beat everybody with 4 half-house bricks.
Not tonight. I'll use all bowls and got beat 25-9. So. Yeah. But no, I appreciate that, mate. It's good to see you again. Obviously a fellow Bulldog, and it's been a lot of years since we've been to look forward to a season. But I think this year's our year. Well,
I do see your Bulldog stuff on there, and I comment on there a fair bit. But we'll talk about the Bulldogs quickly, viewers. Sorry to annoy you, but do we go after Cherry Evans and do we go after Galvin? I've got no for both.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I like Mitchell Wood. Yep. I like a few of our young ones coming through. I
like Toby Sexton.
Yeah, so do I. I love Sexton. I like Burton actually nearly pushing out to the centres at some point, and maybe having Sexton and Wood or... Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, well, there's a bit of Bulldog stuff. It's not inside gossip, but we're both Bulldogs tragics, and so is Aaron's father. We love the dogs, and once again, commiserations tonight, mate. It was great to come and watch you play bowls. As I said to Gary, I got the phone call to come here, and I was on my way home from Brunei.
Oh, wow.
And then I said to Happy, yep, I'll come down and do it, only to Happy, to pardon the pun, come down and watch bowls and commentate bowls at this fantastic facility, Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. And what a magnificent place. And I even checked out the cabin. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, I can see why I've been here for 15 years.
Is it that long?
Yep, 15 years in October.
Well, still, now, is it right? I don't know if I'm going to dig up any skeletons in that here, but when you first came here, was it right that you got offered to go to St John's Park first?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
It is correct. So then Aaron's decided to come to Warilla, and the rest is history. So, mate, I'm going to shut her all down and pack her up, and I might go and have a beer.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? You got to get up early and go to work.
Oh, we got a 4:30 bus trip to the airport. We're going to Perth tomorrow for the Everest.
That's right. Corey did mention it. Yeah.
And I've got to go and pick up the little tin lids from the in-laws.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, mate, fantastic to see you. Congratulations. Commiserations on losing. Congratulations on everything you've done in the sport. I'm sure all the viewers think the same. Joel Field, I know that you love Aaron to death, so I just shook his hand, so I'll let you touch mine when I get home, mate.
Yeah, jolly. Just congratulations again to Gary Kelly. He was just absolutely brilliant tonight. There was nothing I could do.
He played
too good. Thank you for coming to commentate, and well done, Happy. Yep. Another good stream.
No worries, and we'll hopefully we'll get down and do a bit more, and we'll let Aaron go home and pick up his kids, get ready to fly out to Perth tomorrow for the $100,000 Everest.
Yeah, boy.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
There we go, viewers. Well, that just about ends our evening. How's that? I even turned the camera around to look at us while we were talking. Not that it's such a good thing when looking at my head, but as you can see, 25-9 was the end result in the final of the major singles, the Barrack Point Holidays Club major singles here at Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club. Thank you to the massive viewing numbers that we have. Thank you to Corey Redlock for coming on in commentary. Good to speak to Gary Kelly, the champion, and the runner-up, Aaron Teys. And more importantly, thanks to the man who made all this possible, the happy bowler himself, Boyd Dumbrell, who's driving a 40-ton truck and fixing up the things in the background. None of this would be possible without that guy. I've never met a bigger nerd, and I mean that in the most positive sense when it comes to computer stuff in my life. So thanks, buddy, and I'll talk to you soon. So on behalf of YouTube Live Sports, you want the best stream in the game? Well, we've got it, and you better be live in it. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you very soon. We have got a lot of things coming up, and not only bowls and not only croquet. We've got some other things coming up very, very soon. So subscribe, jump on YouTube Live Sports. We got the best commentary in the game, the best broadcast in the game. You better believe in it. No, sorry, it's you better be live in it. Take care, everyone. Bye now.